So you're like, what the heck am I looking at here? Just a bed of weeds and overgrown, unkept crap? No, guys. So yeah, I hope you are doing absolutely amazing. Just like this bean right here. So, before I get into it, earlier this year, I was given a pod and it had some beautiful black beans in it. Definitely beans. They don't seem to be cowpeas. It's definitely a kind of bean or something. You can see the leaves there. And yeah, they're beautiful black little beans. And I believe they're out of South America, Belize. And in South America, the black beans are very highly sought after. Everybody does their black beans or black beans and rice, or just black refried beans on tortillas, which is to die for, guys. And anyway, I ended up with only one plant that sprouted out of those seeds. I don't think they were completely ripe. And anyway, this is that plant. Sorry about the airplane there. One seed grew into this plant that has literally eaten this entire spot right here. One plant. And I thought it was going to be more of a bush type. I actually saw the plant that it came from, and it wasn't that big. It seemed very tame. Seemed like it was a smaller, semi-running plant. So I didn't think anything of it. I stuck the row in the ground. One came up, and yeah, I was mistaken. It turned out this thing is a beast in a good way. And so anyway, this black bean, and I'm calling it Belize Black or Black Belize, and I was given it by a plant collector, but has turned out to be an amazing black bean. First off, it is extremely vigorous and extremely productive. Not only that, the bugs don't seem to bother it. It seems to be very drought resistant. And then, of course, when it rains, it just takes off even more. And it is extremely, extremely productive. The pods have 18 to 20 good-sized black beans in them. So they're big, huge pods. Really large pods. And so, yeah, super productive, very large pods. All that I just said. And it's been growing here for about 5 months, 6 months. And it just keeps sprouting and sprouting and sprouting and regrowing. So for about 5 months, it's been pumping out these huge, massive pods. And I've been harvesting them. And yeah, it turns out they're very tasty. Super rich tasting black beans that you either cook them whole and leave them, or again make your refried smashed beans out of them, and super delicious beans. Oh yeah, just amazing. I know you go to the store and you buy your dried black beans, but this one has got great flavor to it. When you mash it up to eat your black beans and tortilla, gosh, I'm getting hungry now. It's just super creamy, super nutty, rich tasting. Really awesome tasting black bean. But yeah, definitely I'm really, really enamored with this variety. This is what I do, guys. I hunt down rare varieties of edible crops, and this is one that is definitely a keeper in my books. Just gotta next time I will definitely give it a trellis to climb on, because it's a climber. It is a climber. It needs something to climb, and instead it's just eating this whole bed here. And I've kind of just left it alone. I haven't weeded it. I have no fertilizer, no water from me, nothing. And it's just eating this entire bed here, which you may not be able to tell. It's a very large bed. And it's actually started climbing the fence and eating the pasture next door there. And it's actually started climbing up the oak tree over there. And yeah, this is one plant, guys. One plant. I actually just harvested some nice dry pods. I did not make a video on some of my earlier harvests. I've been harvesting it for months. It took about 60 days for it to start flowering, and then another 20, 30 or so for the beans to actually dry, because I wanted to save seed off it from the get-go. And after that, it's been just going non-stop production, and it's still going. We're starting to cool off, and you can see the pods everywhere. There's still pods. There's my finger. There's my finger. I mean, there's just pods. There's one everywhere, and they're all underneath the leaves. It's just super productive. So yeah, let's go look at those pretty little seeds real quick. Welcome back, everybody. So here we are. Here's some of the pods. Look at these big, super long pods. 18 to 20 of those beauties in them right there. Look at that. Gorgeous. Good sized black little beans there. They're about half an inch. And the pods are over a foot long. But really, really awesome variety. I'm glad I found this one. And like I said, it's definitely a keeper. I'm trying to remember what I said because I actually filmed the first part of this about 30 minutes ago. And had to do something. But yeah. So I'm just calling this variety Black Belize. You know, it's a black bean, and it is a one that originated out of Belize. So super productive though, and no bugs touched this, which really surprised me, because the stink bugs and the leaf bugs, you know, all those sucking insects, really do a number on beans and cowpeas and everything. Especially lately, they are just swarms and they destroy 100% everything. But they did not appear to touch these pods at all, which is really nice and just so productive. Off the one plant, I've probably harvested about 400 or 500 pods already. And if it wasn't for a frost and us heading into winter, that plant would just keep on going and going without a doubt. I mean, it's been just so unimaginably productive. And you don't see too many big pods like this, you know, 18 to 20 beans in a pod. That's pretty unusual for such a large pod like that. But awesome all the same. So there you go, guys. You know, like I said earlier, I believe this is what I do. I hunt down rare varieties, rare crops, and, you know, test them out and bring them out for you guys, hopefully, to grow food and, you know, empower yourselves. One of the most powerful things you can do is to grow your own food and take control of that. And I hope that I can help you guys do that. And this is one I think most people should definitely be growing. Super fast growing, super productive, very resistant to drought, even rain, and the pest. And it's a legume, so it doesn't need rich soil at all. And the pods are not really good for eating. I noticed when they were very young, you know, most even cowpeas and stuff, you can eat the young pods. These are very tough pods when they're young, so definitely a variety that was never chosen to eat young pods on. It's definitely meant as a dry bean variety, which of course down in South America there, the dried black beans and whatnot are very popular. So that makes perfect sense. But yeah, the pods are not an eating pod. But that's alright. You can still eat the young tips on the vines, and they are so vigorous. There's plenty of tips and young leaves to eat as a green. So, you know, you got your full meal right there. Get yourself some dry beans, cook those up, go harvest some tips and some young leaves. You probably get everything you need out of that for an entire day. And oh, to eat it with some nice crunchy bread or some fresh tortillas. Gosh, I'm getting hungry, guys. But there you go. Quick little video on this amazing variety that I found. Belize Black Bean. And yeah, check out the links and everything below, guys. If you'd like to get some seeds, hit me up. Love you. Grow food. Thank you.